Hey everyone, Bit Andy here, and welcome back. In this video, I'm going to be going over a really important tip about upgrading certain items before melting them that will lead to you getting more epic materials and, more importantly, those really hard to get legendary materials. So let's jump straight into it. First up, I want to go over pets and accessories here. Once you're a decent way into the game and you're looking at crafting mythic pets or accessories, you will notice that, they are the best in the game and you need these mythic items, but you might not know where to get these legendary materials, such as the prism dust for pets. And if I look at the, that's augments. And if I look at the augments, or the accessories, you need these molten tins. And how to get them is by scrapping, or basically melting, the legendary pets and accessories. Now, that's the only way you can get them. Now, if you were to go into the shop and buy a mega offensive pet egg, and let's say you just get a legendary pet, and if you melted it right now, you would get 5 of those legendary materials here, the prism dust. However, if you upgrade it one time, every time you upgrade it, it will give you +5. So you can see in this clip here, I've got the legendary pet Quimby, and I have it upgraded 3 times. So I go ahead and melt it, and it's going to give me +5 for every single time. So +15 plus the original 5 gives me 20 of the legendary material prism dust there. It also gives me some epic materials and critter jelly back for the upgrades. Now let's pull up the wiki here, and this will really just show it a lot more clearly. So if we just look at, and this is the exact same for accessories and pets. The only difference is it requires component cream or critter jelly for each. So if you look at upgrading a legendary accessory, costs 1200 component cream for level 1, 2400 component cream for level 2, and 36 for level 3. And level 4 is just 4800 is just a lot. So to craft a mythic, you need 30 of the legendary material. And if you get 2 legendary pets or accessories to +2, each one of them is going to melt for 15, and that's all you need to get yourself a mythic. So worth noting there. I always try to upgrade to +3, and that's what I would recommend for everybody, because in the long term, that component cream and critter jelly will be worth it. Now, upgrading it only costs these materials, the critter jelly or component cream. You don't need to use any gold or epic materials or anything like that. So this is literally all you need. So, and then if we come over to the melting page here on the wiki, we can really see it clearly stated out. It's pretty much exactly as I said. If you have a +0 accessory, it will melt and give you 5 of the molten tin. Same goes for a +0 pet. And then every time you upgrade it, but really what you're after is that really hard to get, because legendaries are just so hard to get your hands on, is that molten tin and the prism dust. So make sure that you're upgrading your pets and accessories before you melt them. Now, super quick, I want to note what it says here at the top, that melting a guild accessory and melting a guild pet will not return these same things. It will only give you 1 epic material, so don't think you can cheese the system by just grabbing those all the time. It is not going to pay off, unfortunately. Now, one other thing I want to call out that is a little bit painful for me, because I sort of fell victim to this, is the mount. I'm going to scroll down here. I had thought that mounts were in the exact same bucket as pets and accessories on this, and that I could upgrade them and get the more materials. This is the spectral bones for mounts. However, that is not the case. So no matter how many times the legendary mount is upgraded, it will give you 5 spectral bones. So, noob Andy was here upgrading to +3 and melting, and I was like, wait, what? That only gave me 5. So hopefully you can avoid a little bit of pain here and not try this for mounts, but always worth it for accessories and pets. Another important thing that you should be upgrading, or at least trying to upgrade before melting, is mythic equipment. Now, I have a quick clip from my live stream the other day that I want to share with you guys, that I basically went over this tip. You should definitely check out my live streams. I stream every Saturday night starting around 6 p.m. US Central Time. And you can catch awesome tips and tricks, or maybe advice like this that is live, and maybe even some jokes thrown in. I'm also constantly answering viewer questions and helping people with their characters. So make sure to check me out both on YouTube and Twitch, streaming live as Bivers Andy. Here is that clip. So my next tip around upgrading before melting, you're going to want to come into your smith, and you'll notice I have the Quetzal War Shield here. It's a Mythic main hand. It's some equipment, right? And this goes for any Mythic equipment. So check out this War Shield here. I've got a 0 upgrade one and a 1 times upgraded one. Now this really only works for 1 times upgrading, and upgrading past doesn't work, but it is more efficient. So let me show you what it takes to upgrade. So upgrading this 1 time costs 40,000 gold, 8 epic materials, and 70 legendary materials. Now I will show you the difference in melting them will make up more than the 8 epic materials and more than the 70 legendary materials. So it's kind of like an epic material and legendary material printer, but it does cost a little bit of gold, but in my opinion, that's straight up worth it. So I'm going to take a small L here, and I'm going to melt them both. Now I would almost always upgrade this 1 time before melting it, but for the sake of science, I will show you here. So now remember that as numbers, 8 epics, 70 legendaries. So melting this 1 time, this is a little painful, but I do it for you guys. Remember to like and subscribe. Okay, we got 10 epic material, 100 sand clocks, which is the legendary, and of course the mythic material, which is really good. So note that we got 10 epic material and 100 sand clocks, and we would upgrade it for 8 epic material and 70. So if we're above 18 and 170, this is profitable. And what do you know? We're above 18. We got 20 epic material, so we gained 2 epic material, and we are above 170 legendary material. We're at 177. So it's like a free 2 epic materials and a free 7 legendary materials. This might not seem like much, but in the long term, you're gonna need a lot of mythic material or epic materials when you're crafting mythics and such. And legendary materials are a little bit hard to come by, especially if you're past a certain tier. So upgrading your mythics could be a really good source for both of these materials. So that pretty much sums up the mythic equipment upgrading strat. But just looking at the wiki here again, and here's the page for the mythic gear. It has that exact same tip. Always upgrade a mythic gear once before melting it because it will return more materials. This only applies to mythic gear. It's basically like printing materials, literally. You get epic materials and legendary materials from it. So it's just always worth it, especially when those things are rare to come by. I hope that this was helpful, and it's been a super, super helpful tip for me, just being able to get more of the legendary materials that we need for mythics. You know, at the end of the day, the mythic pets and accessories are some of the best in slot options. And, you know, you and I both want them as soon as we can. And this tip should help you along the way a lot. I mean, saving up to get, if you didn't use this tip and you were just buying pets, you would need 6 legendary pets. So if you're getting the best crates that have a 20% chance to get at least 1 legendary, you need to buy 5 of these. Okay, right? If you buy it for 6,000 gems, let's say it's not on sale. Let's say you're a non-sale Andy. You know, you'd have to buy 5. That's 30,000 gems for 1 legendary. And then you would need to get 30 of the materials. You get 5 per pet. You need to get 6 pets times 30,000 gems is 180,000 gems. Okay. If you use my tip and you upgrade it twice or 3 times, you'll only need 2 legendary pets instead of the 6 legendary pets, cutting that down from 180,000 to 60,000. So, I mean, hey, you can consider me saving you 120,000 gems here. So 120,000, that's just for pets. You could times that by 2 for the accessories. I mean, goodness gracious, by watching this video, you might have saved yourself 240,000 gems. So, yeah, holy crap. Looking at that math is kind of insane. So, you know, pretty helpful tip, I would say. It's absolutely insane. And it probably won't come out to those numbers because, you know, you'll probably get pets and stuff on sale like this. I mean, 35% off. So cut those numbers by 35% or whatever. But Definitely a huge gem saver for your account. Hey, I like to say I saved you guys hundreds of thousands of gems. That's kind of awesome. And then of course, just the melting mythics. That's just going to give you more legendary materials. You know, right now I'm in a goofy spot where I don't have all my gear upgraded because I need legendary material. And so, you know, I don't have my fully upgraded neck and I don't have my fully upgraded body. So, and I'm sure a lot of people are in that sort of situation, and it just helps you progress through faster. If you're up tiering an ancient piece and you need legendary materials, maybe you're getting mythics from a certain tier, you know, upgrade it, melt it, and it will speed up your grind. So that should save you a lot of time and energy as well, running certain raids or dungeons or anything. So I really hope that these couple of tips were helpful for you guys. And if you didn't learn anything, I hope I at least made you laugh. But that's really all for this one. I hope to catch you in the next one. And until then, good luck with your grind. Peace.